That's right. I'm doing a tier list video. Why not? If I beat the game, I think it's time I get to give my thoughts about all the bosses, alright? Don't worry, it's gonna be a typical tier list. I'm gonna talk about like the run back of the boss, how I felt the boss fight was, like whether it be good or bad, how good the boss design is by how good the bosses look, and the arena that you fight them in. Starting with, let's go with Four Kings actually. Four Kings is a boss fight that I was extremely hyped to fight because I think that I always liked fights where you fight one, kill it, another one spawns, and you have to do it. They have a shared hitbox. Sorry, not hitbox, health bar. Except for the Godskin duo inside of Elden Ring, they did it wrong, did it bad. But Four Kings, the run back honestly isn't that bad. Tedious at times. I would get hit like once at least by an enemy even when dodging. Honestly, the boss fight was quite fun. I enjoyed being grabbed and losing health. It was fun. There was an atmosphere of, you have to kill it fast enough so you don't get overwhelmed. So, honestly, pretty fun. And I think the boss design's actually pretty nice. Like kind of like an angelic demon king. A lot of spikes and horns. And the arena is just great. It's an open arena. It's not too bad. It's quite it's open. You can move around. You don't feel enclosed. I'm gonna give it an A tier, strictly because you still got to fight four of them. Next up, let's go with the Gaping Dragon. Again, a boss fight that the run back isn't too bad, especially when you find like little points the little shortcuts in the sewers or the depths. But the downside is that it's just I don't really find it to be a fun fight. It wasn't a bad fight, but it wasn't fun. It was your generic move around the boss and dodge its attacks. Granted, it killed me. It did stumble over me. And the arena is quite massive. It's not. You don't feel enclosed. It's quite open. There's some different levels, so your character kind of gets stuck on geometry. But other than that, I think it's fine. As for how the design of the boss looks, honestly, you think it's gonna be this small little boss in this cutscene, then it shows its fucking maw. You're like, damn, that's crazy. I'm gonna give it a B. Just the design itself brings it from C to B. Simple as that. Alright. Sif. Great Grey Wolf Sif. The run back sucks. The boss fight is fun. You get to fight a dog that's wielding a sword. You can't really get much cooler than that, alright? And the dog's got moves. Like, come on. And dog is good for the time too. It looks good. The design of it looks great. And you have an open arena. Granted, you kind of want to stay under Sif, but you have an open arena. I'm gonna give Sif an S. S for Sif. S for Sif. I'm skipping Gwyn because I don't want to rank him yet. Iron Golem. B. The run back, it's Sen's Fortress. I hate the run back. Even once I unlocked the shortcut, I hate the run back. The boss fight was annoying at best. It wasn't hard, it was annoying. The boss is, it's a typical Iron Golem. That's all it is, just an Iron Golem. And the arena, like, you start on, like, a little closed platform that you could accidentally fall off or get thrown off, so yeah. No, actually, you know what, C. Just because I got thrown off and survived, and then I had a homeward bone myself back. You know what, no, let's go with Gwyn. The run back sucked. It's a good run back, don't get me wrong. But the enemies to run back suck. The fight is underwhelming. So it wasn't really fun. It was just underwhelming. But, he looks great. The boss is great. And the arena, there's not really much of an arena. It's a circle. It's kind of like your basic circle with geometry and little tidbits. I'm going to put you in B, Gwyn. Gwyn in B. Man. Moonlight Butterfly, D. I hate the run back. I hate how annoying the boss was. I don't like how the boss looks because butterflies are stupid. And the arena is, you fight on a small bridge. Granted, the boss isn't on the bridge with you. You're alone on the bridge. You're just there on the bridge. And if you're melee, you kind of have to wait for them to land. And if you don't have a good shield to block most of the damage, you're going to get hurt quite a bit from chip damage. So, first D tier. Nito. Honestly, I think I'm going to stick you in A. The run back, it's not as bad once you get used to it. You know, I think I beat Nito in 2 tries, so I only had to run back once. And I'm talking about the run back, so not the full entire Tomb of the Giants. Because, oh my god, that would suck. That would be the worst run back ever if you had to start from the very beginning of the Tomb of the Giants. The boss fight was, you know, if you have a divine weapon, it's not going to be too bad. It's actually quite easy. So, I would say it's tedious, not really hard. It's quite fun. I like the aspect of a Grave Lord summoning his little minions to fight you, and then just looking at the minions not doing enough damage and just whacking them himself and killing them. Honestly, it's just their typical, you know, Lich King look, kind of. Big, bulky, shadowy cloak, bones everywhere, you know. So, not really the best look-wise. And the arena is, you know, it's a circle. It's a circle donut. It's a donut. Because you have the middle you can't get through, but you have the donut. So, A tier. A tier's good. Ornstein and Smough. I'm trying to figure out how to rank this one without feeling like I'm still seething and coping with the fact that it's a boss fight. The run back is good. The boss fight I felt was not fun. It just wasn't fun. Because sometimes you'd enter the fog gate and Ornstein would just be there with a spear stabbing you immediately after dashing towards you. But the designs are great. I love the look of Ornstein. I love the look of Smough. Smough is just, you know, big, beefy guy wielding a goddamn, like, tenderizer for dragon meat, clearly. And the arena, it didn't really feel cramped. I felt like I had to work my way around stuff, but you know what? Let's give it an S tier. I think it deserves it. Despite all my hate for the boss fight and how much I died to them, I think S is good. Pinwheel. I don't think there's a run back because I don't think you could really die to Pinwheel. Honestly, just for that reason, would be B tier. But the fight was kind of fun. Just he just jumps around, you know. And the design is just funny. You get these 6 things holding lanterns, and he brings them in to make a fireball. And the arena is very, very easy. It's a medium-sized arena. I think an A tier for Pinwheel is in order. It's Pinwheel. He's funny. He's funny looking, a goofy little guy, you know. I'm gonna start from the back. Demon Fire Sage. It's just the Asylum Demon and Stray Demon again. That's all it is. I didn't have a run back. I had help with it. I'm going to put you in B tier. You know, the boss fight was generic. You know, same exact moves as the Stray Demon. The design is just, you know, the Asylum Demon, but on fire. You know, and the arena is... It's a rectangle. That's it. Nothing too big of a deal. And with that, Stray Demon and Asylum Demon both get the same treatment. Alright? They get the same treatment. Asylum Demon doesn't have a run back, because you go from a bonfire, you go around, I guess, but it's not really a run back. You jump down, you kill him the second time. If you don't kill him the second time, well, I don't know what to tell you. And the Stray Demon, you just fall through a floor. And that's it. There's not really much with those 3. Those 3 are just about the same. Actually, no, the Asylum Demon would get C, because it's stupid. No, actually, no, reverse that. You would get A, because it's the original one of these 2. So yeah, Asylum Demon is A. Dark Sun Gwendolyn. The run back sucked. Alright? The boss fight was okay. You know, it wasn't a bad one. It was quite easy. All they do is just teleport away. and then you just chase him. So the entire run back, you just keep chasing him. So honestly, just alone, that would be a B tier. But how the boss looks, they have a bug in their face, it looks like. Like the one that, if you fail Solaire's quest line, he gets that, like, sunlight maggot, alright? It looks like Dark Sun Gwendolyn has that. And the arena, it's a straight line, so honestly, A tier. Like, there's not really much about it, just straight up A tier. Crossbreed Priscilla. The run back is fine, it's easy. The boss fight, you have to look for her footprints in the snow. And she looks great as a boss, She doesn't want to fight you, she wants to be nice. You force her to fight you. And the arena is just one medium-sized circle. I want to say S tier. S for Priscilla. Let's go in the middle. Let's do the Sanctuary Guardian. Honestly, the run back, it's very short. Very short. You go from one bonfire right to the door. That's it. Because it's the first boss fight. It's the Guardian of the Sanctuary. The boss fight itself, that you're dancing around in water and it's throwing lightning bolts at you. You have to be careful to not get hit by the lightning. And the design, it's a... What is the Sanctuary Guardian? Is it a griffin? I think it's a griffin. It has a stinger. Does a griffin have a stinger? Well, it's kind of like a griffin, alright? Like a dragon version of a griffin. And the arena's great, because you have water, you have to dodge lightning. I'm going to give it an S tier. S for Sanctuary. The Bed of Chaos. The run back sucks. The boss fight sucks. The boss design is pretty cool, especially when you get it to Phase 3. And Phase 3 is once you do both the orbs. And the arena, oh my god, it crumbles beneath you. It's a D tier. I love the boss fight. If this was ranking based on how much I loved the fight, just the fight, nothing else, I would rank it higher. I like its theme. I like the screaming of it with the theme. It goes great. And I think it's a fun boss. It's a horribly designed boss, but I think it's fun. Let's go back to Seath to Scaleless. C. Run back sucks, especially if you're not very smart of the Crystal Cave. The boss fight, the curse marks, the curses drained my mentality of that fight. I think I died there like 4 times, but it just, I hated that stupid boss fight. The design itself, he's a naked dragon covered in crystals with a beer belly. C tier. The arena sucks too. C tier. It's a giant circle. I still hate it. Because it's too big of a boss for how small the size of the circle is. Just saying. Capra Demon. There's not really much of a run back. Actually, no, there is a run back. Because you have to go from the Undead Berg's bonfire in that tower under the dragon. And then you have to go all the way there. Right? The boss fight was, mediocre. This is another boss fight I didn't get to show with Gaping Dragon, so I'm actually going to put it in Gaping Dragon simply because the design is okay. It's it's a demon. The arena is kind of small, but it's okay. Let's put it into C tier. C for Capra. C for Capra. Chaos Witch Quelaag. The run back isn't bad if you have the moss clumps. The boss fight. You're fighting 2 fights at once, and the boss design is really well done, especially the cutscene. You think you're gonna find an ugly bastard of a boss, and then the top half is, if you know, you know. And the arena is not too bad as long as you don't get the magma all around it. So honestly, I'll give it an A tier. A for the K. Us. Let's see. Let's go with the Centipede Demon. The Centipede Demon, the run back isn't too bad. You just run from that one bonfire of the Fire Sage down. And the arena is covered by lava, but you have a safe spot you can fight the Centipede in. And if you cut off its tail, then the arena becomes a lot bigger. you still will take a lot. You still take some damage from having the ring on, but you can at least fight the thing without having to lure it to one side. Especially if you cut the tail off, only go for the tail, get the ring, and you die in the fight. The second time you do the fight, it's easier. So honestly, the arena's not bad. The boss design looks pretty cool. I think it's a great version of a demon centipede, and the run back is pretty nice. And the boss fight was interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and give it an A tier. A for C. I'm trying. Do I want an A tier? Do I want an S tier? I'll keep it an A tier. I might change my later. Taurus Demon. There's not much about it. The run back's decent. Boss fight's boring. The boss design is boring, and the arena is boring. It's a mid-sized arena. Honestly, I think it's a D tier. I don't think it's really worth much. Ceaseless Discharge. The run back is not bad. The arena is not bad. The boss design looks like a flaming pile of just bone and decay. And the boss fight, I didn't know until after the video I did with it that I did the glitch where it will fall down to its death. So I'm gonna give it a D just because the run back's not bad, but everything else it's such a bad boss. In terms of just gameplay, it's not a hard boss, just boring. Let's go with Bell Gargoyle next. The Bell Gargoyle is the run back is atrocious because of that one room of enemies that are a lot harder to deal with than the boss itself. The boss fight, it's pretty cool. You get a cutscene and you're like, oh, what am I going to fight? And then you see one of the gargoyles open its mouth and start screaming. You're like, that's the boss. And the design, it's a gargoyle. And the arena is a rooftop that you could fall off of, but it's a rooftop. What more could you want? That's an S tier. I think it's easily one of my favorite fights to just think back on, because I hated the fight, but in retrospect, I actually enjoyed it, just because of how difficult it was early game for me. Because most people I've seen go through like the depths and stuff first, but I went straight to the bells. I went straight for the winged creatures with an axe on its tail. Artorias of the Abyss. Now that's one that I think everyone can agree that is an easy S tier. I don't even think I need an explanation for it, but I'm going to give it anyways. The run back isn't bad once you get the secret path. The boss fight, he jumps down, and he impales an Usilian, Usilian. He looks at you, and you notice his arm's fucking broken as shit, and he wields his sword one-handed and still beats the shit out of you. And his design is just insane anyways. The arena's great too, because it's a giant circle that you can, kite him around and be just good at. So honestly, S tier. Black Dragon Calamite. About the same kind of distance as Artorias, but the fact that there's only 2 ways to fight Calamite, and one of them requires you to kind of bug his AI out. I don't like the aspect of the fight of having to find a key inside of the Usilian village just to go and talk to Hawkeye to shoot him down to actually fight him. And being an optional fight is fine, but still. And the design of the boss is amazing. Still forgot my Uber Eats order, but that's fine. I can ignore that. I end up going and killing him anyways. And the arena's great. I like his arena. Nice luscious area. You fight a dragon in a nice lush garden. I wonder if it's his garden. Did we really kill this man while he was gardening? He was doing gardening and we just killed him. I can't believe it. All because he couldn't just pick up my Uber Eats order for me correctly. That's sad. Run back is annoying, but, it's 3 enemies. Just shield up, kill him, shield up, kill him, shield up, kill him. Go through the fog door, see the dragon, become Egon and become a true Drake warrior. Finally, the last boss, Manus, Father of the Abyss. I like the run back. I like how the boss fight was. I like how I had to kind of figure out when to roll. I like that he could just wombo combo you into a fucking somersault bullshit. And I like the design of him. As for the arena, I don't like the arena. It's a base. It is a circle still with some geometry, but the geometry, pillars, stuff you can hide behind, gives you a false sense of security when you go behind a heel, as he just grabs his hand and just whacks you with it and breaks the geometry. So, I'm gonna give you a B tier, Manus. All right, sorry, man. I don't think you deserve any higher. Well, that's my thoughts on the tier list. Let me know what you guys think down below. I think it's a solid one, personally. I could be wrong, but I think it's fine. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then I will see you in the next one.